Good morning, it's day 6 here in Istanbul, and today I'm going to do something that I've been looking forward to since I got here. I'm gonna go from the European side of Istanbul to the Asian side of Istanbul. So first of all I gotta take the tram down to Eminönü, I think it's pronounced, and from there I'm gonna take the ferry to Kadiköy. Unfortunately it's supposed to rain, but for now everything seems to be okay. The good thing about that is that it's a bit more cloudy today, so it's not as hot as it's been the other days. And since I'm gonna do a lot of walking today, that's a really good thing. Now I gotta find a ferry to take me to Kadiköy. Found it! I was really lucky. When I arrived at the terminal, the ferry left only 5 minutes later. And the ride in itself takes about 20 to 30 minutes, something like that. For entertainment here on board, we have this guy who is feeding the birds. He's so popular among the birds, so we have a whole flock of them just circling the boat while he's throwing pieces of bread and, weirdly enough, chicken bones to them. That's kind of weird that birds eat birds. But who am I to judge? So welcome to Asia. The first thing I'm going to do is find a cafe and sit down, have a coffee and Google what I will do for the rest of the afternoon here in Kadiköy. So I just randomly picked a cafe and ordered a Turkish coffee and also some sweets, because they have all these sweets in all the cafes and I haven't tried it, so I asked the waiter which one he recommended. So which one should I try?
Try this.
He recommended a green thing, so let's see what that's all about. So let's try it. I'm not sure what's in it. It's very, very sweet. There's some honey in it. And yeah, it's good. Not what I expected though. So I have a plan. There are potentially 5 things that I need to do here, or I want to do here in Kadiköy. We have Bahadiyü Street. That's the popular street in the neighborhood, I guess, and on that street there's a statue of a bull. That's a famous landmark. We have the Akmar passage and back that street, and maybe we have time to visit the toy museum, but let's see about that one. So I'm gonna try to locate the street that I currently forgot the name of, the one that starts with a B, but it's not that easy to find, because when I Google it I don't get any results at all. So let's see, I think it is in this direction, but I'm not 100% sure. Anywhere I turn, it's the same. That's how I feel after walking around in that area for 10 minutes and seeing probably about 2 billion knockoff sneakers. But I guess if you're into shopping and if you're into buying cheap knockoffs, this must be heaven. So then you must definitely come to Kadiköy. Otherwise, not so sure. So I found a bull statue. Apparently this is some sort of navigation mark for the locals here in Kadiköy. So it's something you know where it is, everybody knows where this statue is, and if you should meet somebody it's a popular meeting point, and if you are to direct somebody somewhere you use the bull as a reference. So kind of it's like north from where the bull stands or left from where the bull stands. But just a statue. Check. Damn right, plastic sign thingy. I'm not sure, but I think I've been here. Change of plans. I ended up spending a couple of hours editing yesterday's vlog while I had lunch. So now it's already 3:45 in the afternoon, so I'm gonna head back to the ferry terminal and get back to the European side of Istanbul. So I will have to skip a couple of the sites or the things that I listed earlier today. But on my way back to the ferry terminal, I will pass the passage. So I will do my best to find that one, so at least I can check that one off the list. So the Akmar passage that I'm trying to find here before heading to the ferry used to be a place where heavy metal fans hung out, and nowadays it's a passage with a lot of boutiques that sell secondhand books and other vintage stuff. So it's kind of cool to see. Finally, we have the Akmar passage. So 3 out of 5, it's not that bad. There are tons of bookstores there, and there are also some heavy metal stores left, so I guess the heritage still lives on in the Akmar passage. But I also found a couple of record shops selling various kinds of music, so for me that's pretty nice, but I'm just not in the mood today to browse through and buy records. But yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, you should definitely visit Akmar. So I'm back at my Airbnb, and I really need to set the record straight. I might have come across as skeptical or very negative, and that's because I am. Now, it's not that bad. It's just that the Asian side that I visited, or that part of the Asian side that I visited, wasn't really for me. If you're into shopping and if you're into buying high-end stuff or cheap knockoffs, I mean, that's definitely a place you should visit, because there is tons of boutiques and tons of shops and tons of shopping malls. But if you're not into that, I guess there's not that much to do. There's not that many landmarks to visit or historical sites to visit, and I found the area being really busy. There's tons of people there. It's a Saturday, so that might have something to do with it. But to me, it just got kind of, I don't know, it reminded me a lot of an average European city, a busy average European city. So I prefer Besiktas if I should choose between these two areas, because Besiktas is kind of the same area, it's a similar area. It also has a lot of people, there's a big crowd going there, but it's a different atmosphere. It's much more relaxed, it's much more laid back, and it's not as hectical as I experienced Kadiköy. But still, it's a fun experience. I really enjoyed crossing over to another continent. That's not something that you do every day, specifically not when you do it and at the same time you're still in the same city. So that was a really fun experience. But still, I'm looking forward to going back to Besiktas tonight and have some dinner.